And welcome back, everybody. We are once again back with another podcast. This is going to be a standard podcast. There's no doubling down this week because nothing else has ended that me and somebody else can talk about. But what we are going to do here is cover some of the, three big topics this week, really. And then I got to rush off to see Kraven the Hunter. And then
take another nap.
Yeah, legit though. So it's going to be something today for me. But just so you guys are aware, next week is going to be probably the last week we record for the year. So we're going to do a normal show and then our end of the year awards, which I teased last time, which feature the spunks of the year. And I think you guys know who's going to win the spunk of the year at this point. So
didn't they have like 3 movies this year? So which one is it?
They did. It's going to be a tough call. To find out. So without further ado, of course, I am, as always, your host, Armin. You guys can find me over here at the link tree. Again, as many of you have found out by trying to reach out to me on various things that are in there, I will reply most likely first on Blue Sky. Anything else, it's a gamble of 3 weeks to a year. So pick where you message me at. But
that's a big time frame.
It is, yeah. I actually started replying to some. I'm like, oh boy, it's like 11 months old, huh? Let me reply to what I think is going to happen in Madam Web. Yep. So, of course, I'm not alone. I am, as always, joined by Mitch.
You can follow me also on Blue Sky in wherever the hell it is on the screen. I don't know.
Mitch, I'm not following you because I realize that you're a woke lefty, okay?
Oh, yes. Yeah. Let me quickly check my NPC dialogue books to find out what I have to say to people.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I just talk about Dan to Dan. To be honest, that's
man.
Not on Twitter. Twitter is just like fuck everyone.
Twitter is not for talking about that stuff.
I've given up with Twitter now. It's just like I'm just gonna unhinge myself and.
Yep. That is how it goes. So again, you guys can all follow Mitch. Of course, you got anything you're working on YouTube's? Anything?
I do, but outside factors beyond my control, kind of limiting that right now.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah.
So old Busted is somehow still going.
Somehow.
Yeah.
Just do the meme. Somehow. Yeah. Oh man. Well, yeah. Mitch is getting his new PC together, and that's if you build a PC, you know what a hassle it can be. So
I welcome the EMP, the inevitable EMP. I wish all computers would die.
Oh man! Well,
got a chip in it, go away. No, I don't care. I've had enough.
We do got somebody else here that also has his own PC and games. Tristan, what's up with you?
Nothing much. Anything I'm doing is down in the description for Linktree. I'm on Blue Sky if you want to talk or see what I'm up to. I do have a video coming out soon. Still working on it, but it's just another found lost media for the holidays because you know how everyone at that particular time wanted a video game, and there's some interesting facts for some found prototypes and such that's coming out pretty soon.
Nice. That's good. All right, cool. Everybody make sure you check that out. Tristan and I will be recording more gaming stuff. This is all honestly, night. Yeah, it's kind of my fault because I thought the gaming awards were last Sunday.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, we're going to record on Monday. So I sent Tristan, I'm like, here's what we're going to record. And I'm like, I was off on this. So
yeah, I was like, they don't record until this week on a Thursday. So
it's because the Keeleys are the Keeleys and whatever.
It's really weird right now because not just Keeley doing his award show, the indies that couldn't get a spot because they don't have $500,000 to spend on a spot, they're doing their own technically award show during the pre-show this year.
So. Nice. Well, that's good. That's good. And then
make sure to watch the Game Awards to find out which Chinese developers going to win the community show.
It's so true. And
the only time I want Elden Ring to win something this year, and it's that one. No.
Oh man,
maybe it will come.
It's going to be interesting. I'm gonna watch it tonight. I don't even know when to start, so hopefully I'm out of Kraven by then.
It's like 7:30.
Pre-show
7:30.
Yeah, 7:30.
Okay, I'll be done Kraven by then.
What's that in like actual present day time?
It's Eastern, so it's like 6 hours ahead.
That's
5-6 hours ahead. Yeah.
You know, England is not a real place.
I mean, where do you think you guys came from? You wouldn't exist if it weren't for us.
What do you mean by that?
I mean, the Americans were just the English and the Irish. Let's be honest.
Ricardo, like, what do you mean? Why don't you explain this a little more so I can cancel you? Oh, man.
The ancestral beings of the Vikings are responsible for everything you have going on. Blame the mainland.
Listen to the
Europeans.
British man. The British man shifting blame to the Vikings.
I'm sorry we got invaded by everyone like every day in medieval times. I do apologize.
And then just decided to turn it on everybody. You probably know that like every other day.
Generational trauma, right? Like,
right.
Learn behavior. There's a reason why all roads lead to Rome. It's because they literally do.
One of the craziest facts I ever learned was that every other day another country celebrates independence from Britain. I'm like, what? And I looked it up. I was like, oh my God, it's actually true. Like,
it's a skill issue on their part, honestly.
It's crazy. It's crazy. But hey, speaking of wrapping this up and getting to the show, we also got Ricardo here.
Yeah, whatever my name tag says right there. I guess if you hear noise in the background, that's my wild little dog. I don't know what the hell he's doing. I'm seeing Sonic 3 early. That's cool.
Oh, that's cool.
You mean Shadow 1?
Yeah, you're right.
It's true.
That's where the money is going. That's where the franchise is going.
Good.
Thank you, Paramount. Love you. I love you, Paramount. I'm sorry, Kraven. I ain't watching that.
I was just telling them, like, before we got on here, I'm literally going to see it. And since nobody bought tickets, it's a private showing. So I'm going to just sit there with my phone on, taking notes, and just, I'm going to really make sure I enjoy this.
Taking notes.
Yeah. I'm probably gonna bring an edible. I'm not kidding. It's just gonna coast through this. So it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. So without further ado, I guess we should get to the first topic at hand, and I guess we're gonna start off on a little bit of a semi-negative note because Deadpool 4, according to Ryan Reynolds, is not in the cards, and he believes Deadpool is being relegated to a supporting character from this point on forward.
Yeah, so they're just most likely just going to stick him into other projects now. So that's like
he's lying. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Like I'm just saying, on one part is like he's probably is lying. On another part, I could see it because Deadpool and whoever he teams up with can make a lot of money depending on the characters that they choose to have to see their interactions with each other, just like in the comics. So.
I mean. The thing he's saying here is like, yeah, I think Deadpool's going to be relegated to a supporting and team-up character. That's right, because Deadpool and Spider-Man, when that happens, he's a supporting character as well. Like, just like Deadpool and Wolverine. They're co-stars, So I do think technically Deadpool 4 is dead is true.
But Deadpool and is going forward. No.
Yeah, Deadpool and, exactly, and Deadpool and whatever else, and Deadpool and the X-Force. There you go. It's a team-up movie. He's a supporting character, technically, to more characters. And
you'll get like Deadpool and Team Red or something eventually. Where it's just Spidey and Daredevil with him.
That would make sense. Do that. What was that comic run? Omega something. Do that, but toss in Deadpool. Omega Weapon, something with Daredevil and Punisher and Spider-Man teaming up. I can't remember.
Yeah.
Is that the Marvel Knights?
It was something.
I think it
was
might
like
have been a Marvel Knight relaunch, yeah.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
It's crazy.
It's got time to keep up with Marvel comics.
So how much money you think Kevin Feige's gonna give Ryan Reynolds the money truck treatment to be like, look, Deadpool 4 is gonna happen whether you like it or not. You're gonna come in, that's it. You're pretty much done.
Depends on if the AI is there first, I guess.
Oh man. You got to think about it. Ryan Reynolds probably took a smaller payday, and we'll find this out within the next year, how much he got paid for Deadpool and Wolverine. But once that film made past $1.3 billion, they know they're rolling up the truck to him. And I think right now he's also speaking the truth. He's like, well, whatever Deadpool's in next is team up. Yeah, because he's in Doomsday and Secret Wars.
Yeah. Well, apparently not, according to who put the cast out for that movie? Was it The Wrap or Deadline?
Yeah. we'll talk about. It's interesting because we'll talk about some of the cast in our next topic. But like with Deadpool, I mean, maybe they just haven't locked it down yet because they're not starting production on this till apparently March, maybe-ish. Yeah, so, they got time to fill it out. And also, you technically don't need to announce the cast member if they're technically a cameo or an expanded role.
True.
If you look back on who they announced for Infinity War and Endgame when they announced them, it was different. It wasn't the full cast, obviously. So maybe there's some room in there. Let's say hypothetically they do the next Deadpool film, probably after Secret Wars, I'm assuming. What direction do you guys want to see it go in? What are you thinking?
I mean, there's really not much like technical direction for Deadpool unless you want to get into like the really personal stuff about who he is and what he is and how much he beats himself up for everything that he's did and has done because he tries to do the right thing, but he just screws it up.
Yeah.
Because one of the plot points to Deadpool is that the reason his healing factor won't completely heal him is because he blames himself, and that's a part of his punishment is that he won't push past his own wrongdoings of being a mercenary with, having been a hired gun to get people who probably may not have deserved it. So,
yeah.
I probably just see honestly just going like the whole team up route because really thinking about it, there's only so much. Like let's be honest, the last 3 Deadpool films have been technically the same beat by beat for Deadpool, and I kind of it's starting to. I don't want to see Deadpool 4, and it's like, man, Vanessa. I was like, I don't know about 4 films of Vanessa problems. I think it's time for something else. But like now thinking about it, I think the team up route after Secret Wars going forward, I think that's perfectly fine.
Yeah. I want Deadpool 4 to be because obviously he's new to the MCU now, right? After Secret Wars, he will be in like the 616, whatever they call it. I want him to learn about Phase 1, and then Deadpool 5 is Phase 2, and then Deadpool 3 is Phase 3. And do it that way. So he's just redoing the phases, and that way you can have different team ups with different characters.
Yeah. Also, they should probably take on an angle where there's another surviving younger Deadpool, so they can get the actor to be liked by a lot of people. So when Ryan Reynolds retires inevitably, they got a younger actor to take on Wade. Like maybe even
I think you should just Doctor Who that.
Yeah,
take it completely. Like don't introduce anyone until you're going to do it.
I mean, he does have a daughter, and currently, as of I think Miles' past issue or so, they finally made her the next generation Deadpool because technically she doesn't have a healing factor, but she comes back to life. She has a resurrection factor.
Oh, she's Mr. Immortal, basically.
Yeah.
Nice. The problem with that is they would need to actually give Vanessa a character arc or at least screen time. To have Deadpool with a kid. I know they wouldn't. You don't need to do that, but
it's that. But it's funny. What's funny you mentioned that is how they do it in the comics is that he didn't even know he had a kid until they just plopped it on him.
Oh, so it's the Talia Al Ghul Batman situation, right? He's like, I'm a playboy. I get to go out, and she's like, you want to pay child support for this demonic Damien kid? Take him. And he's
that's essentially what it is that he meets this girl that she hasn't met in a while, and she goes here, and he goes, what? And he goes, that's your daughter.
Oh,
it's just like, and then it's just hijinks ensue of him trying to be the quote unquote best dad that he can, even though he's a hired mercenary.
So what we do is Deadpool 4 is a parody of Logan.
Why not?
Probably because that's what it was for the most part.
Yeah. Ricardo, what do you want to see, if anything? What's your give me this?
Just I ain't gonna lie. I don't mind if they kill off Deadpool.
Huh? Yeah.
No, I'm fine with it.
If they go with a direction where if Ryan Reynolds be like, look, I'm done, kill him off, but they find another successor to take over the Deadpool-ish role, then I'm completely fine with it. Because there's only in my thought process of Deadpool, there's only so far I could think of minus it's like what Tristan mentioned, like he meets like the rest of like the MCU characters
Yeah.
and etc. But you notice how we're not talking about like a super push forward versus like it's just him
Right.
interacting.
Yeah.
There's only so much you could.
Well-
what you gonna do? Be with Death? Death don't want him no
Right.
more. You got Agatha.
Yeah.
I mean, did you guys read the recent interview where Ryan Reynolds revealed that early on, up until Hugh Jackman agreed to join, that the whole pitch was Deadpool has been in the MCU the entire time? Like 1 and 2 would have been canon in a weird way, and they were like, "Oh, thank God Hugh Jackman joined." It's like none of that would have made sense because then it's like the First Class X-Men showing up, like that would have been just terrible. So
I think you could have made it work.
Because remember back then when they tried to do that with Amazing Spider-Man, it was like there was like Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man was in the MCU the whole time before the whole Sony emails and whatever the heck happened after that.
Yeah, but with Deadpool, you can just play it off, right? With the Spider-Man one, you had to take a bit more seriously. With Deadpool, you can just be like, eh.
The Peacemaker route.
Exactly.
Oh,
Like the X-Men were never
Peacemaker
there.
route.
He was just crazy, right? Like you just do it that way.
fair.
Oh, hey,
fair.
Deadpool was always in the MCU, and guess what's causing an incursion? Deadpool.
He just
There
went
you
to
go.
some random
Everything along
mansion
with
and
it,
was
man.
talking to himself the whole entire time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
He didn't actually see the X-Men. He just imagined them because he's crazy. Oh, okay, fine. Whatever. Yeah,
Just
yeah.
reshoot the scenes, and he's talking to himself.
That's true. It's true. So, all right. I guess that's it for that because we got another important topic we need to talk about, which is Chris Evans is back. He's joined Avengers Doomsday. Now, he was already back in Deadpool and Wolverine. He wasn't that gone from the MCU to begin with. So, I found it really funny that like 10 seconds after this hit, every single one of those nerd pages was like, Scoop, Captain Hydra. It's like,
Yeah, it's a racist cat. We want that one. I was like, he could play any type of other character in the multiverse, but you want him to play that.
Yeah.
The distinction of racist Cap is still hilarious. Like the man's from the 1940s, for God's sake.
Did you see like all the
inherently racist?
Did you see all the hate that it got online too regarding Chris Evans coming back? And I thought it was the most funniest thing because I was like, Deadpool 3 came out like not too long ago, and everybody nutted when they thought Cap was with Deadpool.
Yeah.
And it was like the Human Torch. They're like, these are like the most weirdest fans. They don't know what they want until it's in their face. Like, come on. This is the most silliest thing.
I do agree with the point that they didn't even attempt to do an Avengers movie without these two.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, hey, these ones they both died essentially, right? So it's like, hey, we're next Avengers movie. They're both here. It's not them, but they're both here. We can't do anything without them. It's it's disappointing. Like Secret Wars, sure. Bring them back for Secret Wars. They kind of warrants it. Doomsday, we could have done something different here.
Yeah, I'm hoping that he's not playing like old man Steve or anything like that, or theories that he could be like the Endgame version. He saw what was happening, so he's like gonna like multiverse himself into the future. It's like, no, it's either make him play a multiverse variant completely. If it's Captain Hydra, fine, whatever. But I would honestly be down if Chris Evans is back and they're like, we're gonna have fun with this. Just like Robert Downey Jr. is Doctor Doom. Chris Evans, you're gonna be, I don't know, who's another racist character? Mr. Sinister. There you go. You'll be Sinister. Somebody out there that's like, I didn't expect him to play this character. Like, I kind of hope for that.
Part of me, it's the easy way to go for just because what they did with Downey, but I think you need to go with someone like Downey with Doom to do it. So I just can't think of who could be.
What, you want to make him the Beyonder?
Oh no.
Evans and Flares.
Crazy.
They'll break the internet. No. But no, I just can't think of who. You can easily make the connection between Doom and Iron Man in the MCU, but I can't think of who you could do.
Imagine if Chris Evans shows up and he's playing a multiverse variant of Iron Man. He's like, I'm Tony Stark. And they're like, what? Cap? What happened?
I'd watch it, to be fair.
Oh my God.
I wouldn't hate it. I wouldn't.
What if they do that?
He's just the guy from Knives Out.
Man,
it'd be funny if he was like superior Iron Man, Chris Evans.
Yeah,
yeah, that would be honestly. I think they need to go I know people will hate this, but this is also the same people that have never read Secret Empire. Don't do Secret Empire, please. That's the laziest outcome you could possibly do with Cap. It's like, we're going to look at his multiverse. Oh. Although, if they do that, then they can bring in super fascist Punisher. So that'd be an interesting twist for John Bernthal to play.
You mean just Punisher, right?
He kills fascists. Let's be real.
Because he wants the power. That's what he's doing.
Well,
because he had opportunities to kill Peter, but he didn't do it because he saw that he was mostly being a good guy.
Mostly.
That's how he didn't go after Miles. No. Did he stop going after Miles? Punisher racist. There's a reason why cops use a skull.
That's because they don't understand. They don't have media literacy. Let's be real about that one. That would require reading, Mitch, and reading is hard.
No, there's 60% of America.
That's true. Now, with this, do you think... Okay, let's just be clear about this. They're going to bring Haley Atwell back, right? As well?
No.
Look, if he's Captain Hydra, she's going to be Madam Hydra. What else you gonna do? Like, it's the Marvel what if scenario. The craziest scenario is what if Captain America said "damn" and then he felt bad. Like that's Marvel what if.
This sounds like they're just mashing up Secret Empire and what is it, Access, where all the characters got.
I think Access actually might be the route they're going.
Yeah,
it feels more like that.
What's Access?
Access is where everyone got inverted.
Yeah, it's their personalities got inverted. All the good guys became technically evil, and all the evil guys.
It's where Superior Iron Man came from, right?
Yeah.
Yep. That was the whole idea on crux behind it.
Yeah, because I think it was Superior Iron Man. It started out where he was being a good guy, helping everyone out, using nanites to improve people's bodies. And after everyone got used to it for a week, he's this is on a subscription service, and if you can't pay, it's too bad for you.
Daredevil was like, wait a minute, you telling me I can't see anymore?
Yeah, essentially.
Did him dirty.
Man, he was lucky he wasn't walking outside of like Avengers building and a random Luigi didn't pop up and cap him with that type of incentive.
Yeah, I mean, like Ricardo, you joke about that. That was legit in like one of the beginnings where like you saw bodybuilders as soon as the term came up saying you have to pay an exorbitant amount to keep your body, they got all weak and stuff, and you just saw everything. The whole outfall of everything was hilarious.
Man, it's I don't know, like a part of me also wants like, I mean, you're doing Doomsday, you're gonna do Secret Wars. Can we also bring back Red Skull in some fashion so we can finally have that payoff with those two meeting?
You've already had your payoff with him.
Is he still on that? He's still on that rock.
I'm sorry, he got off the rock once his deed was done with the stone.
No.
Like the Russo brothers were
Chris Evans
out there.
put them back. They never left.
Yeah, so show us how those two interacted, because I want to see super racist Red Skull being like,
look,
what?
I'm not going to sit here and let you be like, no, Hydra Cap is the easiest option, and then go easiest options to have.
Because here's the thing. Wait, so here's the thing. How can Cap bring back this? Look, if Cap bought all the stones back, right? No matter, even if Cap brings back the stones, I feel like that doesn't still make Red Skull stay, because Red Skull will still be gone regardless, because his mission is done.
Yeah, he was done. Yeah, he left. So
where's he gonna? How'd you know he left?
The Russo brothers said it, so I trust them.
Yeah. Look, Marcus McFeely and the Russos could not agree on how the hell time anything worked in those movies.
Well, they're coming back to they're coming back for the film, so Red Skull coming back whether you like it.
So you still can't trust what they say. No. The two can still meet and they contradict
all the time until they're proven wrong.
Yeah.
No meeting of Cap and Red Skull. Bad.
I suppose we're gonna know what exactly angle they take once we find out more of the cast, because like they're gonna start shooting this early next year or mid next year at the latest. So that like once we get to this May, we're a year away from Doomsday. So like it's right around the corner, all intents and purposes. It's news is gonna be coming fast, and
unless they delay it, like everything else.
Yeah, I could. Yeah.
Are we going to really give Doomsday a year with how they've been going right now?
We know Marvel doesn't care if the CG's up to snuff, so they might only give it a year.
It's true.
See, they can every time now they could just bring in Deadpool and he grabs action figures. He goes, Disney was cheap. I don't know how this scene plays out, but here's how I think it played out. And it's like, all right.
That is my worst nightmare.
The use of
when
Deadpool.
does Doomsday come out again? 26?
Yeah, May 26th, yeah.
Oh, okay. No, of next year? 2026, right?
Yeah.
26, yeah.
Oh, okay. I was about to say.
I mean, we're almost at 2025, so that's wild.
Yeah,
The only thing that's like, the only films that's between, is it just Cap 4?
Well,
you got Thunderbolts.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
got
yeah.
Fantastic Four.
Gotcha.
Y'all
All
forgetting the hit series that's going to be the most important thing ever? Wonder Man?
Oh, wait, no, that's going to be good. Hold on. That might be good.
That might
be good.
He knows.
It might be good.
No. It's part of the Maximoff family tree. It's going to be a...
That's the only time I'm letting that slide. Everything else, but...
Give it one episode. Ricardo's gonna be back, being like, "Is this Miditha or bad or worse?" We know you, Ricardo. Oh man. Well,
yeah, I was all start. He loved it really.
Yeah, it's true. He's a grifter. He's a reverse grifter at this point.
Notice how he wasn't on the podcast when that show was on, so we couldn't see that he was lying. No.
Yeah. Well, you know.
This man's a fraud, I'm telling you. Right?
Hey, that's a perfect segue. Speaking of being a fraud, Sony's fraud Spider-Man franchise is officially, they took it behind a shed, and along with Avi Arad, they put it out of its misery. So
yeah, and then flung it at the audience because Kraven's not even out yet.
Yep. I love that. Yeah. Like 4 days before Kraven comes out, Amy Pascal was like, "We're done with this universe. We're giving up."
You know how nasty, you know how nasty it is for the director to be begging to watch this movie just for Sony to be like, "We're only gonna focus on Spider-Man 4, Beyond the Spider-Verse, Spider something, but this is it. No more."
Spider-Noir. Essentially, is that we're only gonna be focusing on Spider-Man related projects from now on. And I'm like, it took you close to $1 billion of being wasted for you to realize that this whole idea of having spin-offs of his villains but not the central hero was a very bad idea from the beginning, but you just saw dollar signs because Venom 1 kind of was
you don't understand, Tristan. I want my Night Watch and Hypno Hustler movies. Those are going to make $1 billion, Tristan.
Well, it didn't do that. So it's just weird that like now they're completely focusing on Spider-Man proper now, instead of doing the villains,
which is slightly concerning, if I'm honest.
Yeah, because now they're gonna have their pull. Because again, if Marvel Studios at any point says no, Sony's like, okay, he's ours. So
they are Franco in a Raimi's Spider-Man 1. No, got nothing left. Not Spider-Man 1. Whichever Raimi movie it was in, they're all insane. I got nothing left.
I don't know, like, I can't believe it took them this long, and Venom 3 has finished its theatrical run with the lowest earning of the 3 Venom films. Like, the first one made $850 million. The second one, like, $515. This one, $480-ish, not even.
Didn't the first one cross $1 billion? I thought it was like, no.
I mean, with physical sales across the $1 billion, and that's a number they pushed through. Like, oh, I made $1 billion. It's like, yeah, but units sold at $20. Yeah,
Venom 1. Yeah,
I thought it did cross $1 billion because of China.
No, they wish it did. It was, again, with units sold at home. That's what helped it cross $1 billion. So
Sony lied.
I mean, because remember, Spider-Man, they had to reissue in theaters to get that last like 880 million or something.
Yeah, it was the initial run. It made, was it 853 million?
Yeah, so I was right there. Which again, that's impressive, but the diminishing returns, and then the failure of Morbius, Madam Web, and Kraven, which Kraven is estimated to make 3 times less than Madam Web in its opening weekend. They saw the writing on the wall, you know.
What did Madam Web get in its opening weekend?
It was like 30 or 40 million, right?
Oh.
I wonder, what was it?
So while you guys search that up, the possibility of Amazing Spider-Man 3, what's the percentage?
Oh wow.
No, 0
Oh,
now.
I think that just went up. Tasman 3 just went skyrocketing right up.
Oh, don't
100%.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah, total box office it's a bomb. It's 100 million.
Yeah, this thing's gonna follow right in those footsteps. And
so 15 mil for opening weekend for Madden Web. And what's Kraven looking at?
Like 12 to like 10 to 12 right now.
Right.
Yeah,
because they thought
That's terrible.
Yeah, they thought that the Christmas season would save them a little bit, but then Sonic came out and said, "Nope."
Sonic sweeps the Christmas time, I tell you.
Yeah.
You think we fast and safe? Think again. That cat's getting gunned down by a hedgehog, I tell you.
Yeah, don't put a comic book film. I don't know what it is, but every time a comic book film has been up against Sonic, they have lost. So remember, James Cameron moved Avatar when Sonic 3 was around the corner. It was like, hold on.
I'm not gonna make $2 billion with this one going up against Sonic. Better delay it a year.
It's true,
man.
That was tell you.
Sonic is only going up from here. Like this has been boosting in quality, so I guess we'll see.
Well, yeah, because like for instance, I think with the success of the movies franchise, I think like Sega announced that they were going to do a Streets of Rage movie that's in like pre-production.
Wait, what?
Yeah, they're looking to do.
It's just gonna be handheld camera, no guns, John Wick.
Yeah.
As long as they got the kid in the roller skates, is fine. No, I know that Streets of Rage 2.
Of course, Streets of Rage 2. Yeah.
I demand a Golden Axe movie.
A Golden what?
Golden Axe.
Oh, Golden Axe. That would be cool.
I just remember Golden Axe. Great game.
As long as they don't do what they do with that Pac-Man thing. I don't know if you guys seen that.
Oh hell no! I ain't watching no secret level.
Yeah, they essentially they adapted it into like a horror.
Because of course they did.
They turned it into Scorn.
Yeah,
That's so crazy.
Essentially, you see the items and like the avatar thing is the Pac-Man little thing, but it's essentially just technically a horror flick adaptation.
It's just the camera being not top down anymore. That's all it is.
I guess you got to do some creative. Wait, hold up! It just hit me. If Sony's ending their universe, then what's going on with No?
They're gonna plead with Marvel to have him be a part of the Secret Wars.
So they go the DC route. Dark Side out of here, Sinestro out of here. They could just go that. You don't have to really do much.
Venom
Jingles All the Way 2 had a post-credit scene.
Yeah. Oh man, it's kind of amazing that this universe is technically the third most successful shared universe, and that's not saying much. So it's like
MCU, there's only one legitimately successful.
MonsterVerse is second place, even though like the first Godzilla film wasn't there, and Kong Skull Island was like in box office. But
you forget the Fast franchise.
Oh,
What's shared about that though?
They do have a Netflix series where like Dom Jr. races a scooter or something.
No, they don't. Don't lie.
I might be making this up. Nobody knows. I don't know.
You probably just saw Nick pitching an idea, and that was you just took it as fact.
AI, and I was like, "This looks real. It looks on par with the Fast and Furious franchise."
Oh
man, I don't know. Like this universe ends with a whimper, and I'm not seeing anybody sad. Like nobody. The only people that
this is Venom wasn't now. It's like, god damn.
And like the only people I'm seeing that are like, oh man, are the people that are like unironically now being like, you know what was great movies? Ang Lee's Hulk. What a classic that's misunderstood. I'm like, you're an idiot. Like that's those people that are like
those are the same people who are happy that like IPs are splintered from like the main parent holder and saying that we don't want this this single thing to be part of it, especially for like Spider-Man. From what I've seen, is like we want Sony to keep it because we don't want Spider-Man movies from Marvel and Disney because they don't push the envelope and do different things. So you'd want crap until
Yes.
That one piece of gold that you get that you're probably going to get like maybe 1 to 2, maybe 3 movies, but then go right back to crap again.
Yep.
That's how pigs find truffles.
Well,
it's crazy too because you look at what Warner Brothers is doing with Clayface. And it's like, man. No. See, here's the thing. I have no problem with it if it's the same team, of the Batman and Penguin, if it's all within that same threshold of things, I'm perfectly fine because Penguin is too damn peak. If Clayface is also peak too, then I feel like that's more spitting on Sony. Like, this is where you could have been. What, like, if they're pushing, except for Joker 2, right?
This is like, they made a second one.
Okay. But yeah, like, imagine having all these villain stuff from the Batman. They're gonna have an Arkham series in a few years or whatever. It's like, damn, Sony can just follow something. You have to, like, Bad Bunny was gonna be a luchador for, like, who was only in one comic.
Technically 2, but yeah.
You just got action for El Muerto. That's.
See, I don't even remember his name.
I don't even know if I said it right.
No, you said it correctly. But he was only in 2 comics, so.
Terrible. This just in: IGN reviews Kraven the Hunter and gives it a 3.
Too high.
How high is that? Wow.
Whoa. What did they? Hold on, I'm gonna look up what they gave Madam Web just to a laugh.
I think it might have been a 3 as well.
A 5.
I guess that was that Rhino who turned into like a Rhino human.
Wait, Rhino's in the movie?
He's in Kraven, yeah.
What?
Yeah, you did see him in the trailers?
Bro, all I see him is running and like killing people. I don't know.
This is like 8 minutes of this movie. You should know.
There's a couple of scenes.
The 8 minutes
really
was
fast.
in
There's a couple of really fast scenes of him turning into like a human man rhino thing, attacking people.
I'm gonna go through our chat log and take where Ricardo was praising Kraven the Hunter, watching 8 minutes of it with the Sony execs, and be like, "Look at this show."
Good. It was the opening. The opening of Kraven was good. I was like, "Man, this is like a movie." I didn't know 9 minutes in would have been terrible. That one
only 8 minutes are good, but 9 minutes
like
in,
the 8 minutes is where they get you.
This is like the free-to-play model. Hey, you can have the first hour of the game and then buy. You're like, "Oh, this first hour's pretty good." Then you're like, "Ooh." that sums up Sony, I think, to a T. So, rest in peace, Spunk. You were never anything people looked forward to, and you died, and nobody will miss you. So,
yeah, it's over.
It's Jover for Sony. It's Jover.
It's all right. Sony's just buying up like the anime monopoly at the minute.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, that was kind of wild.
That was actually weird because originally they just wanted the gaming division, but Kodogawa themselves said, "No, you're buying all of it or none of it."
So buy all of it. Why not?
I just hope the Japanese government's like, I know. You won't.
They'll be lenient for this. They'll be lenient. And it's Sony.
The Japanese don't like monopoly.
Yeah, well, it's either that or the Chinese company or the South Korean company.
Yeah, that's why they went to Sony to be like, "Hey, you guys should buy us." So it's
true.
They know it's gonna happen. Well, with that in mind, we'll probably talk about Sony soon enough as Spider-Man 4 news comes at us. But that is the end of the show. As I said, there is only 3 topics. We do have 2 members topics. We're going to talk about the Batman Part 2 and potentially evil Avengers in Avengers Doomsday. So
we need to talk about Clayface. I know we just kind of put that in there a little bit, but
yeah, no, we haven't talked about. Do we want to quickly talk about Clayface? I guess
give the people extra.
Yeah, we can
do it.
I mean, the writer for Doctor Strange.
Yeah. So
is it? I thought it was Mike Flanagan.
Yeah, it's the writer for Doctor Strange. Yeah.
Did Mike Flanagan work on Doctor Strange? I didn't think he did, but I don't know.
Did he?
I'll look this up. Let's see. I mean, I love his work that he's done for Netflix. All his series are freaking incredible.
You mean the Rahul Kohli universe?
Yes.
Not that I've seen any of them because I'm not.
Oh, you're thinking of Dr. Sleep, Ricardo. That's the one. Dr. Sleep.
Oh,
yeah.
Damn, it was Dr. Something.
Yeah. Dr. Sleep
I
was
like Dr.
great.
Sleep, though. Yeah,
Dude, that movie
was really good.
The Shining follow-up on that is good. So, okay, I guess I should mention I absolutely love Mike Flanagan as a writer and director. I think he makes tremendous shows. Clayface is interesting because it's like, what angle do you take with this character, you know? Like, what?
The failed actor route, right?
Honestly, yeah.
Because he'll kill. Maybe they'll do this thing where he kills like.
No, that's the main focus for Clayface right now. The failed actor is in most iterations is what he's portrayed as.
He'll have some kind of condition that makes him shunned by society.
Rahul is happy because he's going to headline the Clayface movie and fight Batman eventually. That's going to be.
I'll be honest.
Nah, he will do it. He's great.
This is interesting because, like, Flanagan, from what he said, is that originally from the Clayface project that he was supposed to be on, it wasn't supposed to be a part of the DCU until he got a talk with the higher ups from DC that it was going to be a part of the Batman stuff that they had going on.
Right. So this was supposed to be, this entered development along with like when Joker and Deathstroke and all these films were, and Mike Flanagan was supposed to direct it next year, but since he's reinventing The Exorcist from the ground up, he can't direct this, so he's only writing. But what's interesting about this is I've read conflicting articles. 2 articles state this is part of Batman's universe, and 2 articles are stating this is part of James Gunn's Batman universe, which would be like the Brave and the Bold. So, like, what?
I mean, if they come out and they're like, "Hey, Alan Tudyk is a Clayface," you know exactly which one it's part of.
Yeah. And also, like, I would kind of want this to be part of James Gunn's more, because if it's not, then in Matt Reeves' Clayface is just a guy who's going to murder people by putting them into clay.
But isn't Clayface
either he sculpts them?
Yeah.
The DCU has Clayface already, right? Because they have he's in the Creature Commando.
Yeah, he is in Creature.
That's why I said the Alec Tudyk joke.
Oh, he is voicing him. Yeah, okay, Tudyk is voicing him. I forgot that. Yeah, because Tudyk is playing like 3 characters in that universe so far, I think.
No, I guess he's just cheap, right?
Yeah, voice actor, right? I mean, you can get him. So, I am interested in this. I do hope it's more part of James Gunn's universe, because you could do something interesting where it's Clayface, right? But then you can introduce their Batman in this, right? And be like, hey, it's Batman before he meets Damian. So technically, you're framing it from the villain's perspective, and Batman is in the shadow, and he's the foe. And then the next time we see Batman, it's like, hey, I beat Clayface. Oh, Talia dumps his kid on him, being like, raise him. And he's like, damn. You know, like, I think there's a good through line there. It's just interesting that this Gods and Monsters is probably going to have a Batman villain-centric film before Batman. That's weird to me, which means it's probably going to be cheap, right? This has got to be a dirt cheap movie. Like, dirt cheap.
Get it, dirt, clay, but dumb.
Wow.
Someone had to do it, I guess. Someone had to do it.
I don't know why you're groaning. It wasn't me that said it. It was you.
Yeah.
You
made it into what it wasn't. I mean, so what other things? Okay, let's say Clayface is probably not the only one. We keep hearing that there's something Mr. Freeze and Deathstroke in development. Do you think that they're legit going to like build up like their own Secret Six? Is this how you do it? You kind of backdoor into it?
I mean, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
can see it.
If people don't go on about having no direction with what they're planning over there, I'll be disappointed.
Yeah.
Because that's just like, well, what are we here for?
Yeah.
I know that's probably like Marvel brain rot kicking in, because like I need like an end goal if you're doing this, but I don't know.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I have questions about this. And again, this is like one of those villain ones I want just because of Mike Flanagan working on it. If it was another director I wasn't a fan of, I'd be like, nah. But it's also, how are they gonna make Clayface a religious metaphor? Because that's all Mike Flanagan does. It's gotta be somehow religious.
It'll be like the Venom church scene from Spider-Man.
Oh.
He's not spraying somebody.
The movie starts off with the Jesus statue that just slowly melts.
Just hot wax just fall on top of him.
He's called Clayface, not Waxface.
His face turns into like looking like please.
Could you though imagine like if Clayface ends up being a good film? Imagine how embarrassing that's going to be for Sony, because they're going to produce this film with like $30 million budget. It's going to make like $150 million in theaters. They're going to go, wow, we made $100 million profit, and Sony's just going to sit there with embarrassment on their face like they typically do. So it's going to be something.
Can you get embarrassed after lead poisoning from paint?
Well, nobody's seen Rothman in a while, so who knows? Yes.
Yeah. Rotham's not seen anything for a while. Boomer stairs, just like.
Well, I suppose that's it for Clayface. So there you go. You guys got 4 topics because we added a bonus one on there. Didn't expect that, but you guys got it. So that is now just going to bring us to the end of the show. So again, tune in for the bonus topics, and we will see you guys in, I guess, in a week, and we're going to pre-record 2 episodes. So stay tuned, everybody, and we'll see you later.